Hello my friends. I'd like to do a short little 30-minute practice for those times when you really want to get some movement and some yoga into your life, but where you need a little bit of a shorter time span for whatever reason. The importance to doing any practice, but when we are limiting it in time to maybe shorter than what we're used to or would like to do, is to really make sure that you bring your intent into every moment that you do have for your practice. So what I would suggest is that if you have 30-35 minutes that you're setting aside to do this practice, that perhaps you turn off the video for a moment and really take a moment to center yourself by just doing some deep breaths and putting yourself onto the mat. We want to make sure that we have the intent on the mat rather than already being off of it because we're feeling rushed. All right, so let's take a couple breaths together. Maybe you're coming back to it now after you're centered, but just allowing your hands to rest on your knees and taking a couple nice deep breaths, feeling the central channel of your body, which corresponds pretty much to the spine, allowing the upper body to be erect and to take in a couple really nice deep breaths. Bringing our hands in front of our heart. We'll just do one Om to start today. So breathing out, breathing in. Om. Nice full breath. Allow your hands to come down to your knees if you're sitting up on some height. And today, in this short practice, you might need a block and a strap. It'll depend on what you'd like to do with your poses. So remember to keep your intent. So sometimes with the shorter practice especially, I will use a mantra. So today I'm just going to suggest that perhaps you use Aham Prema. A-H-U-M, Aham, I am. And Prema, P-R-E-M-A, Prema, I am love. Or Prema, Prema, Prema. Especially if you find your mental self getting pulled off center. So taking a nice deep breath in, bring your hands to your knees, sit up nice and tall, bring the shoulders back, sitting up nice and tall. Keep the lower belly and the pelvic floor toned as you bring your left hand over to the right knee and your right fingertips behind you, sitting up nice and tall, and then twisting and looking over that right shoulder. Breathing. Keep the focus of pulling in and up as we start to switch sides. So now your right hand's on your left knee, left hand behind you. Sit up nice and tall. Feel the beauty of that stretch. Today's practice is especially going to be a good one for those mornings that you get up and you need to get moving and you have just a little bit of time. So we're going to come forward with caution. So pull into the lower belly, bring your hands out, staying up on the fingertips. And you can push your lower body back, so pushing the glutes down into the floor, pull the lower belly in and up at the same time, just coming forward to feel a nice opening in the back and through the spine. And coming back up, we're going to just take the hands, we're going to face, actually the fingers are going to be towards the body. We're going to roll the shoulders up and back and bring the heart forward. Bring the left hand out to the left pretty wide, and you can stay up on the fingertips. Bring the right arm up and over. Tracking the right hip straight down. So we're really feeling the opening in those intercostals. Inhale, up and over, switching sides. Left hip down, coming up, curling over to your right, opening up that whole left side of the body. Beautiful. Inhale, seated cat-cow, hands on the knees. Coming down, inhale, chest forward and back. Inhaling. Exhaling. Just a few rounds, just really getting the spine moving. Good. Nice. We're going to transition to all fours. Hands are going to be right underneath our shoulders and the knees right underneath the hips. Going back to some cat-cow. Inhaling up. Nice curve. Exhaling back down. Inhale up. Get that curve in the back like a big Halloween cat. And then as you come down, you're isometrically pulling the knees and the hands together as you come into cow pose. Just a couple more rounds of that. Really loosening up the spine for the day is important. Good. Nice, nice, nice. Bring your left toes back and staying up on the ball of the foot. Keep the hips even, so keep the left hip down, but then bring the foot up and out. We're going to come into a bird dog, so we're going to have opposite hand, opposite foot. The toes on the left foot are going to be straight down, and we're just reaching out with that right hand. Couple variations, you can bring the hand down or leave it up if you want to do a little balance here. Bringing those left toes across the right. Then go ahead and bring your hand down, and we're going to twist and look over our right shoulder, back at our left toes. Breathe in, extending out to that back heel. Bringing your breath and your movement together. Inhale, coming back up, bringing it back down. Switching to the other side. Right toes curled under, really reach out. Feel that opening in the back of the leg on that right side. Lifting it up. So instead of the hip coming up, we're going to leave it grounded. So we're going to feel a little hip opening here. On this side, just go ahead and bring those right toes over to the left and then twist. So we're looking back at the back foot. So we're looking at our right toes. As we bring it up and over, we're going to come into bird dog on this side. So right toes are down, left fingertips are out. We're pulling into the lower belly. Exhale, release down. Good. Just kind of wiggle out the hips a little bit. Just trying to get everything in our 30 minutes opened and ready to go for the day. So take the left toes back down. The left foot is out, the toes are down. Bring the right arm up. Good. Now we're going to just do it a little bit for core. Inhale, bring your elbow and your knee together, and then exhale back out. Inhale together, exhale back out. On this third time, hold it in, pull into the core, really feel the lower belly activate, bringing it back out and lowering down to all fours. Switching sides, we're going to bring the right foot and the left hand out. Inhale, elbow to knee. Exhale out. Elbow to knee. Exhale out. One more time. Inhale, elbow to knee, hold. Exhale, re-extend, and place your hands back onto the floor. We're going to come up. We're going to bring the right foot into a high lunge, and centering between them, we're going to bring the hips even. So we're going to bring this right hip back, left hip forward, hands down towards the floor, shoulders actively moving down the body, the shoulder blades moving down the body with intention, bringing the arms up overhead. Exhale, releasing down, some breathing arms. Inhale up, exhale back down. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale up, exhale down. Bring both hands to the front knee. We're going to come forward slightly, and then we're going to just pull into the lower belly and come up into a high lunge. If you need to, bring your hands down on the floor to push up into high lunge. Coming back into high lunge, and now doing a warrior one variation. Inhale, arms up over the head. Exhale, releasing down. Keep nice muscular energy in the arms as you lift them up. Exhale. One more time up. On your exhalation, bring both hands down to the hips. Left hand to the outside of the right knee and start to turn and look over your shoulder. You can always come down into low lunge if this is too much for you or too early in the practice for you. Breathing nice and deep. Beautiful. Exhale, both hands down to the floor, push back, downward facing dog. Coming down to all fours, we're going to switch sides. So coming through with the left foot forward, toes under to give me some stability here. I'm going to just inhale. So the arms are, the muscular energy is going on. We're creating heat and energy by making sure all the muscles are working as we inhale the arms up and down. Inhaling. Exhaling, the arms come down. It's the movement with the breath. One more time, up. That is yoga. It starts to bring us the freedom, bringing this combination, integration together. Lean forward. Push, pull into the lower belly. Inhale, coming up into high lunge. Still squaring the hips off. Inhale, the arms back up overhead. Exhale, down. One more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. We're going to bring both hands to the hips and the right hand to the outside of your left knee and start to turn and twist open. Breathing nice and deep. Beautiful. Exhaling to the front, bringing your hands down to the floor, coming on to all fours. We're going to push back into a downward facing dog. So just turn the toes under, push back into down dog. Make sure you're feeling that evenness in the hands, all four corners of the hands, and down to the feet. We're going to bend the knees nice and deep here, and then take your sit bones, take your butt back behind you. Lift the underarms up away from the mat. Continue to squeeze, a light squeeze of the shoulder blades together, and then start to straighten the legs. Depending on what time of the day it is, it could be a little bit more difficult. Just stepping them out, walk the dog a little bit to get the legs opened up. Beautiful. And then bringing your feet up to the front of your mat with the hands. And then we're just going to come up, bend the knees, and come on up to standing. Beautiful. So this is our half-hour short practice. If you need even a shorter practice, what we do at home is 3 sun salutations. I call them my luxurious sun salutations. So we're going to go through a couple of those here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up. On your next exhalation, place your hands, take your right leg back, high lunge or low lunge, depending on your practice. Bring both hands to the inside of your mat, and you might use your block. So we're going to keep this left knee really tracking in. We have this nice stability going, and we might just bend our elbows. Keep breathing. We might be using the block. You don't need to use the block, or you can even bring yourself out a little bit further and come down to the elbows. Again, just listening to your body, keeping a sense of ease and your breath. Inhaling, coming up. Both hands on either side of the foot. We're going to push back to downward facing dog. Coming through to plank pose. On the exhalation, we're going to lower all the way to the floor. Feet flat, elbows in, rolling up to cobra. Or upward facing dog. Turn the toes under and push back into downward facing dog. Take a couple nice deep breaths here. You might be doing a shorter practice because you have less time today. Let this be the time of the day, though, where you are not feeling rushed. Give yourself that full 30 minutes for your practice. Keep your head on the mat by breathing deep. On your next inhalation, we're going to bring the right leg forward this time. Squaring off the hips. Bringing that block, if need be, to the inside of the right leg, and then coming down onto the elbows. Once in the pose, bring your focus to your breath and the posture. Beautiful. Then inhale, come on back up. Inhaling, bring the back leg, left leg forward to meet the right. Knees can be as bent as you need in this part of the practice. And then inhale, lift up and out. Exhale, go a little bit deeper. Hands to the hips. Inhale, coming up, nice flat back. Inhale, all the way up to standing. Beautiful. Back up to the top of the mat, hands in front of the heart. Take a nice deep breath in. On your exhalation, release the hands down. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, folding deeply. Inhale, one more half lift. And this time, as we exhale, we'll take the right leg back into high lunge. Adding a few standing poses to flesh out the practice for ourselves today. Turn your right foot flat with the back of your mat and bring your left elbow to your left knee. Beautiful. Bring the back arm so your right arm is back behind you, palm up. Inhale, up and over into Parsvakonasana, side angle stretch. Think about your form, and once you've reached that for yourself, take a couple breaths here. And maybe even add a couple aham prana. Inhale, up to warrior two. So looking out over those front fingers, the shoulders are down the back. We're going to get wherever that front knee will bend at this part of our practice today. Exhale, right hand, back thigh, left arm up. Nice deep breath here. And then exhaling, coming back to warrior two. Inhale, exhale, back down to the floor, push back, downward facing dog. Coming through the vinyasa, inhaling, plank, exhale, down to the floor or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, exhale, release back, downward facing dog. Take a breath. On your next inhalation, we're going to bring the opposite leg. So the right leg is going to come through. We're going to turn the back leg flat, inhaling up to side stretch onto the other side. So press down, the elbow into the knee. Bring the left arm back behind you this time. Inhale up and over the ear. Breathing deep. Push down to the floor. Inhale to come up. So rising up, we come into warrior two, shoulders down the back. Exhaling, the left hand now to the back thigh, right arm up. Take a nice deep breath here. Feel the body opening. You're preparing it for the day. Reminding yourself that you are love. Aham prana. Back to warrior two. Back arm forward, coming down either side of the front foot, pushing back, downward facing dog. So bend the knees nice and deep here. Really, the knees down towards the mat. Really feel that stretch as you take the glutes back, pull the lower belly unit up, opening up the lower back. Beautiful. Then start to bring your hands actually back towards your feet. So we're coming to the back of our mat. Inhale that half lift. Hands to the hips. Reach. So I'm pushing my thumbs into the crease of my thighs to really open up the hamstrings. Inhale, pull that lower belly in and up. Come all the way up to standing. Beautiful. So you're going to go out into your day soon, and so we're going to practice how we can balance. So bringing your balance onto your left foot. Variations would be a little kickstand, using the wall, inhaling the foot up to the shin or into the thigh, and bringing your hands in front of your heart. You can bring the hands out to either side. For those of you who are less challenged by this pose, you can bring the hands up overhead. And then exhaling the hands down. Exhale, release. We're going to switch sides. So bringing the right leg is now your foundation leg, and your left leg is going to come in either to the shin down as a kickstand or up to your thigh. Bring your hands in front of your heart. And we're going to bring the hands up overhead or out to the side. Again, just reminding you, feel free to use a wall or any variation of this. And using tree pose right now to fine-tune your focus for your day. Exhaling, hands down, and then coming down and out of the pose. Beautiful. So we are going to just come to the middle of the mat, bring your hands back behind you. I'm going to turn just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. My hands are clasped. If your shoulders are really tight, your hands can be right here. Lift up, bring the shoulder blades back, and bring the head back to be even with your shoulders rather than forward head position. So bring it back, lift up, and bring the heart or sternum up towards the sky. Those of you who might be a little bit more open, and just bring the hands off of the lower body. And take a nice deep breath here, and exhale, release. So those of you who are going to be sitting all day, that can be really good. You can also use a strap for that as well. So we are going to use the strap or something that you might have at home, a belt, a scarf, something like that. Just bringing the hands out in front of you so that they're about shoulder, a little bit more than shoulder distance apart. Pull on it, bring the head of the arm bones back. Scoop the tailbone, nice and firm stance here, bringing the arms up overhead. Keep pulling on the strap to really opening up the upper body. And then exhale, releasing down, releasing, and then release. Beautiful, all the way. I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that strap. So I am keeping us on track for time here. So come on down to your knees. And those of you who might want a little bit more vigorous practice, even though it's short, we are going to do a version of Vasisthasana. So here's some variations. I'm going to bring my left hand to the inside of the mat. I'm going to bring this right foot in and make a kickstand pose. So especially if you're doing this in the morning when I'm lifting both hips up, this arm is here. It's a nice variation for the morning. Find your breath. Those of you who want more and feel like you're open for it, you're going to stack the feet. And there'll be some who will come into tree pose. And then those of you who need a little bit more can come in to more of the full pose with the leg up. Might be a little bit more difficult at 7 a.m. Exhale, come on down and take a couple breaths. Switching sides, so we're going to bring the opposite hand. I'm going to actually turn around so I don't have my back to you. So the opposite hand is going to be in the center, so your right hand is now the center. We're going to bring the front leg up for a kickstand, or we could stack it, or any of those other variations I just showed you. Lifting the underbody up, breathing, maybe adding a couple aham pranas here to keep your focus, and then exhale, come on back down. Beautiful. Nice, nice, nice. So we're going to come seated now. Trying to target the body. If you have more time, add a pigeon pose. Otherwise, just bring the bottom leg under, and then we're going to lift up with this top leg to get a little bit of a hip stretch. You can also come into fire log, sitting up nice and tall. You can also use your block here. If your hips are tight, or any variation. Finding your breath. If you need a little bit more, you just come forward. Be keeping the feet active, making sure that the knees and hips are really safe and reaching out with the crown of the head. Inhale, coming back up, and then sitting back and switching sides. So opposite leg is on the bottom. Again, it can be a lift. You're listening to your body, and it could be depending on the time of the day. You can always use the block to give you some support. Or those of you who are going for the full pose, sit up nice and tall, and then bring the heart forward towards the shin. Beautiful. Inhale. Come on back up. We're going to probably use your strap or whatever you have here, and we're just going to come forward into Paschimottanasana with using the strap. Inhale up, bring the heart forward, really activate the feet into the strap, lift the kneecaps, feel a whole activation of the posterior chain, so from your heel up the back of your leg, up the back of your body into the crown of your head, and breathe deep. Thinking about taking the energy that you're building in your practice right now out into your day. Coming forward. Of course, those of you who want to just grab your feet and come forward, please help yourself. Nice. Exhale. And we're going to come back onto our backs. We're going to start our cool down for our practice. So bring the feet in towards the glutes, a few inches away, and then go ahead and bring your feet about mat distance apart. And we're just going to take the legs, a little windshield wiper over to the right. We might take this right foot and put it on the left knee. Trying to keep both shoulders down and feeling the opening in the hip and maybe in the shoulders depending on your body. Taking a nice deep breath. Aham Brahma. I am love. Back to neutral. And then with intention, switching sides. Maybe bringing the foot up or not. Another breath, release, bring it in. Bring the left leg down flat, bring the right leg in, hands behind that thigh, and lift that knee, the foot up to the sky. Start to bring that right leg across the left side of your body. Again, listening to where you are, keeping the right shoulder down, opening up. Think about this right hip descending down towards the left foot. Feeling a nice opening. Inhale, up. We're going to go ahead and bring the left leg up. Right leg switches, hands behind the thigh to set off to get the pose set with the legs. Take that left leg across the right. Beautiful. Inhale. Coming up to center. Go ahead and bring your left leg down. If you need another little pose, a happy baby pose here will help to open up hips and back. And then I'm going to ask you to go ahead and lay back onto your backs for a short Shavasana. If you have more time, and you can give yourself a little bit more of a Shavasana, please do. But nevertheless, allowing yourself these moments to incorporate what you've just worked on through your practice is very important. So the feet are open, palms up towards the sky. Take a couple nice deep breaths and let go of everything that's in your mind as much as possible. Your day may be coming towards you, but it's not here yet. Anything that happened in the past is gone, and what you have is this beautiful time on your mat that you've created. Giving yourself this opportunity to be with yourself and to breathe deep. Concentrate on 3 deep breaths through your whole energy center, filling your lungs in and then exhaling fully. maybe your wrists and your ankles. And then as you're ready, just turning over to one side, your left lunar side or your right solar masculine side. One more full breath there. And using your arms to lift the weight of your body up to a seated position. Bringing our hands in front of our heart. Perhaps starting or ending your day with this practice, whichever it might be for you, or maybe it's right in the middle. But taking the opportunity to remind yourself that you have been created from love, and you are love, aham brahma. And that your reality is really the time that you have intimately with yourself, even with your eyes closed and the senses closed off. The beauty of our life is that it is what we create it to be. So create your day or enter your dream state with the most beautiful thoughts that you can have. Join me for one Om to finish our practice. So breathing out and in.